Hi friends, this is Layla Harris, and I want to show you a card technique of the Sunburst card featuring the Close to My Heart June promotion called Create the Rainbow. So this month we have featuring our Close to My Heart cardstock, which is now double-sided because it shows a dark side, which is our original color, and light on the other side. And we have all of these great bundles. So yesterday I took the pink cardstock, which is pomegranate, raspberry, and blossom, and the teal cardstock pack, peacock, lagoon, and juniper, and made these two cards with one of our new big dies. A big thank you and it's your day. They're on page 69 of our Seasonal Expressions 2 catalog, or you can find them under the dies on our website. So today I thought I would do the blue combination that is shown right here, and that is sapphire, crystal blue, and glacier. And so to get you started, I have these examples, and I think I'll do one from the corner because it is a little bit trickier. And this one was my first one, and you can see I really started with a skinny piece, and this one wasn't quite so skinny, and I don't have so many slivers of paper along here, and this one's a lot easier to adhere down. So I'm going to just do this one and go up to the diagonal. This one I actually started with this dark piece right down the center, but I'm going to start on the edge because it seems like it works a little bit better. So what you're going to want is to have 3 strips of paper and cardstock 3 times, 1 by 12 inches, and then you're going to have a 5-inch piece and a 7-inch piece. So I'm writing those down so you can do a screenshot. And then the background that I'm going to mount all of these strips on is a 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm writing these notes on this piece of paper because we're going to completely cover it up today, so it doesn't matter. You can even use old printer paper. That's rather if it's a heavy printer paper or any kind of color of cardstock that you want to. It does not really matter because we're not going to see it. So I have cut a whole bunch of my strips already, and you can see that the sapphire blue is double-sided. And this is the 5-inch piece, and I have it flipped over for the light side. And the 7-inch piece and my crystal blue, I only have the old version, which is one color. And I'm going to use my paper trimmer to get the glacier. So let's do that now. So I just cut a 1-inch piece. Move it over and cut 5 inches. Now we have our 2 pieces, and this is darker on one side. So, and what I usually do is I just tilt them all the same direction with the top tilting to the left. I have my wire, but even the aluminum rail one works great for this. The main thing to do is to hold it down and cut smoothly, and then do the other one. We're not seeing the top end of this, so it doesn't have to be precise, but it does help. Okay, now we are going to start putting things onto this. I use my dry adhesive, and I do stripes ever so often. And if I'm going along this edge, I'll put another band here. So it's not completely covered. I think you can see it, but it has quite a bit of color or adhesive. So let's get started. And I have to say, I have not set this card up yet, so I'm going to just go with the flow, and I have not practiced this color combination. So starting with a crystal blue piece, and I lined it up right along the edge. Yesterday I did one that was a little bit off the edge, and when it went to trimming it, it wasn't very fun. So I'm just going to line this up as close to the edge as possible and having a non-stick mat underneath of it is a great idea for a later part, but it slides around a bit today, right now. And then I'll use my 7-inch piece because that's really long, and I will add it. And I want it to butt up as tight as possible and rub it down. And now let's go for a darker glacier piece. So I just pushed it down and I want a fairly small tip. I don't like going to the very tip here and making a perfect sunburst because the adhesive and our white core shows more easily and it can fall apart. The main thing is to make sure that you don't have a piece that's down here and showing white at the top. Okay, I've done 3 of these. So do I want this? No, I think I'm going to use this one. And I flipped it over so that I have the lighter shade of blue sapphire. And now I'm going to put this one down. And I see it's a little bit open down here, so I'm really pushing it to scoot them together. Okay, now I have either glacier. I think I'll use the lighter side of glacier. This was the darker side. This is the lighter side. And push it in and rub it down. And now I've done 3 of that color series. Let's go back to dark. I like contrast. I don't have 2-sided colors of this, and you can see my notes are all being covered up. So here is going to be my last piece, and I have the choice of doing the dark glacier or the light one, and I think I'll do the light one because it gives more contrast. And I'm trying to find one that has the least amount of kerf from the blade. So that's all you have to do. You can rub it down well, and then you're going to flip it over. And you can use a pair of scissors or a paper trimmer to trim off the excess. I like our Fiskars paper trimmer that has the wire because it's really easy to line up. But I used the aluminum rail one yesterday and I had 0 problem lining it up as well. Okay. So this is our base. And now I can do the big thank you. Mat that I had already cut out of white daisy paper. Now this mat that I've been working on is our non-stick mat, and this is a great tool for doing cuts that are die cut and open, because if you use a dot tape runner, you go right along the paper and nothing really sticks to this, and the extra dots go back up inside of this and you have no mess. There's very little bit of spider webbing, which is where the adhesive spans 2 parts of the cut. You can also use Bonding Memories, the wet adhesive pen, and that is a great tool and very economical for this. But if you get it on the background of the paper, it might transfer to the front because if you move it around. And I'm not good at holding my cuts still. So the main thing is to get the ends of all the little papers covered with adhesive so they don't pop up. So I see this one doesn't have anything. The Y needs a little more. There. Okay. And see, this just rolls right off. I'm going to brush it away so it doesn't stick to my card later on. And now we just line it up. You can also cut these bigger or even put it on the front of a card base, but I liked mounting it on a piece of white daisy. So, and I'm talking about the Starburst pieces, so that it's easy to trim. So I have a few pills of adhesive. I can just rub them away, or I can use my rub and remove eraser and pick them up. So that looks good. And now, see, I even have a few triangles left over. It doesn't even take 3 full strips of 1-inch paper. And that I like to use a bone folder so that my card stays flat and doesn't alligator and talk to us while it's laying on the table. So here, and there's a bunch of goop on this, and this doesn't matter because it is getting tied down. We're never going to see it again. And the key is to make sure that your card opens the right direction. And there we go. So now we have 3 of the color combinations featured in the June Create Your Rainbow. So I have this one, and the pink. And these great cardstock packs are 25% off. They're regularly $10 if we were to sell them. That's what we do when we sell them along with a paper pack. But this month you get 4 sheets of 3 different colors for $7.45 if you're in the United States. And there's also a stamp set called Be a Rainbow, and it's a D-sized set with clouds that says, life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass, it's about learning to dance in the rain. And there's raindrops and a regular cloud, and all of these pieces are individual. You don't even have to do stamp surgery so that you can color that as a rainbow. Be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud, Maya Angelou. And the rainbow curves are all individual, so you can stamp them in separate colors. I'm waiting for that one to arrive next week. But here's my card with one of our big dies that just came out in the newest catalog. And I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video and learned how to make a rainbow card, or not just a rainbow card, a Sunburst card, I think is what they call it on other YouTube videos. So pick 3 or 4 colors of paper and cut it in 1 by 12-inch lengths and then 5 and 7-inch segments and go for it. I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye.